Trump is possessed, whether we like it or not, of something quite different, and therefore, sine Trump, perhaps the recalibration begins to reverse.
Something strange is happening, and it's bigger than just one politician. This isn't just about Donald Trump. It's about what his rise reveals underneath the surface. In this exchange, a caller from Ireland challenges the idea that removing Trump would fix anything. His argument is simple but unsettling. Over 70 million Americans supported Trump, and that points to something deeper than one man. The discussion frames this moment not as temporary chaos, but as a signal of a wider political shift, one that could reshape global alliances and how nations relate to each other. Before we dive into the full story, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Well, James, frankly, I think the damage is now, the die is cast.
Yes.
The problem is not Trump, essentially. The problem is the 70-plus million Americans who put Trump there. So even if Trump were gone in 2 weeks' time, for some ridiculous reason, the issue is still there. The Americans have turned inwards, and they've closed their face to the world. The ludicrous nonsense about the EU having been formed to upset America, for God's sake. Yes. Anyway, never mind any of that. The facts of the matter are there is going to be a redrawing of a new world order, because there has been, and it's been pushed upon us by 70-plus million Americans.
I mean, I wonder whether we underestimate the unique nature of Trump's diabolical genius. You know, I watched J.D. Vance lying and talking gibberish, and I don't worry. I think, yeah, all right, he might bring some people with him, but you can tell that he's a balloon, can't you? You can tell that Captain Eyeliner is not going to be able to whip up aircraft hangars full of people into murderous frenzies before setting them loose upon the seat of his own country's government. Trump is possessed, whether we like it or not, of something quite different, and therefore, sine Trump, perhaps the recalibration begins to reverse. That's the closest I can get to optimism, Jerry, so tread carefully, because you tread upon my dreams.
I think you're spot on. He has a unique sort of charisma. Well, I personally wouldn't see it, but
sure.
he does resonate with certain people. I'm sorry to say, and again, I don't wish to be disparaging of the entire American nation. But, I mean,
just as well, Jerry, just as well.
70-plus million of them haven't had the wit
but what
to
if
look
they voted for cheaper eggs? They voted because they think Michelle Obama is a man. They voted because do you know what I mean? The effort put in.
What does that tell you, James?
I don't know.
What does that tell you?
I don't know.
It tells you that you're dealing with people who, for God's sake, they haven't the wit to find their way through what's going on in their own country.
But hasn't that always been true when dictators arrive in power through democracy? And I don't think it's unique to the United States. It's a human condition, not an American condition.
Oh, I agree with that, but you would never have expected it to land in America, you know, with their approach to things, you know.
You might have Conor McGregor. You might have Conor McGregor running for office over there soon.
Perish the thought.
Well, and then what do we say, without wanting to malign the entire island of Ireland, but what if he managed to secure enough support to make his way into office, into power?
James, I've got 40 quid here in my pocket. No, euros.
Euro, please.
40 euros here in my pocket, which I'm prepared to have with you. McGregor will never see the light of day.
I don't think I'm allowed to take that bet for broadcast regulatory reasons. But let's say metaphorically, I think your money's safe, and you know it. But a quick word, actually, while you're here, when he turned up in the Oval Office and almost was posited by Trump as the spokesperson for Ireland, the representative of modern Ireland, how did that make you feel?
Well, I mean, to be honest, buffoonery. I mean, two buffoons sort of wrapping their arms around each other. Trump seems to derive some sort of pleasure at being obnoxious.
Yes.
Look how far I can push you, and look how far I can go with you.
Yes.
The other guy is just a complete cretin. I mean, for God's sake. It would be like trying to apply sensible commentary to watching two roosters in a hen house bashing each other. There's no sense in it.
Jerry, thank you, and thank you for just avoiding the maligning of the entire population of the United States, or even the 70 million that were tempted to vote for Donald Trump.
As the discussion unfolds, the focus sharpens on a key point. This isn't just about one leader's personality. It's about influence, perception, and political behavior at scale. The host pushes back slightly, suggesting that Trump's appeal isn't easily replicated. He describes it as a unique kind of political charisma, one that has mobilized large crowds and driven intense loyalty, even during controversial moments. The caller agrees, but highlights something more concerning. He suggests that many voters may have been influenced by misinformation or simplified narratives around issues like the economy or cultural debates. Rather than framing it as purely an American issue, he expands the lens, arguing that this pattern has appeared throughout history, where democratic systems can elevate leaders during periods of uncertainty or frustration. The conversation briefly pivots to Ireland, using Conor McGregor as an example of how celebrity influence could intersect with politics. When asked about McGregor's appearance alongside Donald Trump, the caller dismisses it as symbolic rather than serious, emphasizing that such moments may generate attention, but don't necessarily translate into credible political leadership. Overall, the exchange reflects concern about voter influence, media narratives, and the broader direction of democratic systems. Don't forget to subscribe for more Real Talks.